This. So we'll start with our prayer. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayणेन स्वयं Vyasena grathitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamritavarshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim amba tvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita bhavadveshinim. Let we be protected, let we be nourished, let we study with energy and vigor. Let our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So this is meditation on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Why we should meditate? We have many doubts, we have many limitations that we experience every day. And we want to have a solution or solutions of those doubts. And only just reading may not help. So that is why we should meditate, we should contemplate, we should think over it, and we should like to practice in our own lives. Then only these will act as solution. So as we are there, is sound okay? ওইখানে একটা দেখো তো, এই
Sound is
উপরে
good.
left
Swami.
side. So we are in chapter 9. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasati tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyam. We have already covered, but just to give a recap. So what Bhagavan said, persons who meditating on me as non-separate worship me in all beings, to them thus ever jealously engaged. I carry what they lack and preserve what they already have. We have given you 2-3 examples, and our devotees have many more. So we won't go in details because we have already dealt with this. And then he says, even those devotees who endued with Shraddha worship other gods, they too worship me alone, O son of Kunti, but by the wrong method. That means through somebody else, some other gods and goddesses. It is not direct. Aham hi sarva yajnanam. So ultimately, I am the ultimate authority for anything. For I alone am the enjoyer and lord of all yajnas. But because they do not know me, in reality, they return to the mortal world. And then he also explained what happens to those who worship other deities. He says, votaries of the Devas go to the Devaloka, and to the Pitris go their votaries, like those who worship Deva, they go to Devaloka, and those who worship their mains, their forefathers, they go to that loka. So whatever desire that we have, the result will be the same or similar. So here also, in this world also, we find if someone wants to become a doctor, he becomes a doctor. If someone wants to become a businessman, he becomes so. So as we desire, so we become. So this is the principle. And then Bhagavan said, whatever way one should worship, that worship should be offered to me. So he says, here we have already discussed about sakama and nishkama karma. Sakama is with some desire. Now let me clarify. Sakama is not that bad. It is much better. As Bhagavan explained that God has 4 kinds of devotees. What are 4? Artha. When someone in difficulty, he calls on God. God, please help me. Artha. Jigyasu. Those who have inquiries, so those who want to know. Artharthi. And some people have some say goal in life. They want to say, oh God, please give me a good job. So I'll offer this. So artharthi, whatever they want, they get it. So such devotees are not bad. All are sukritas. Bhagavan explained himself. And if we require something, if this world is created by God and we require something here, or some pain is going on, to whom should we talk? We have to ask God, who is the giver of everything. So it is not that bad. Only thing, God will, Sri Krishna will stress that, okay, gradually we have to grow. When we are children, in our young age, we need something, we ask from our parents. But when we grow, then we don't ask, or rather we give. So this is that we are to gradually grow. So that is why Bhagavad is also step by step taking us to that stage. So Bhagavan says, whoever with devotion offers me a leaf, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Patram, leaf, pushpam, flowers, flower, phalam, fruit, toyam. Even if you don't have anything, even if you offer a drop of water, that is also good. Only it should be done through devotion. And leaves, it costs nothing. So we worship God with the bilwa leaf or some other leaves, say mango leaves. So whatever leaf is available, tulsi leaf. So that way also we can worship God, offering ordinary things. And these are not made by us, it is made by God. Patram, leaves or leaf. Pushpam, flower. Phalam, fruit. Toyam, water. Yome bhaktya prayachati. Only thing that give that with devotion. Tadaham bhakti upahita ashnami. I accept those offerings which is full of devotion. If it is not devoted, I don't accept. So suppose somebody has nothing, even it should be, the way should be so simple that even ordinary people can do it. Therefore, Bhagavan says in the next shloka, Yat karoshi, whatever you do, Yat karoshi, Yat ashnasi, whatever you eat every day. So when you eat, while eating you offer to me, or just in the beginning you offer everything and then eat. That's why you chant, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivatena, Gantavyam, Brahma Karma, Samadhina. So Brahmarpanam, whatever the instrument that we are using, that is also Brahman. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi. And the fire on that which are offering, that means here Jatharagni, that's also Brahman. Brahma Havihi. And whatever we are offering, that is also Brahman. Brahmagno, in the fire of Brahman, Brahmanautam. And the offerer is also Brahman. So everything is Brahman. So this is also a kind of yajna. So we'll think about it. So yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, whatever you eat. So we do some work. Why? We have some ulterior motive, or some even do without motive, or for offering to God. So whatever is done, whatever you do, whatever thou doest, whatever thou eatest, whatever thou offerest in sacrifice or yajna, whatever thou givest away or donate, tatkurishva, do those, madarpanam, but it should be offered to me. So how to offer? Again, bhaktya. So no need of any article. Whatever we are doing, say like I'm talking, I must offer this with devotion. You are listening, you should listen with devotion, with shraddha. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it will be rejected. So this is a simple way of worship to God. And why it is so? Because everything is God. We have studied in Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasyamidagam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Everything, every speck, we are to cover with God. That means, is it not natural? We are covering. It's not there. Not like that. It's the way of talking. It is God alone who is manifesting in so many forms. So we have to be aware that it is God who is in front of me. I am worshipping that God. So this is the way. And then there are, how to worship. We are to hear the glories of God. Then we are to sing the glories of God. Yesterday we had Ram Nam Sankirtanam. So this is glory to be sung. And then, so there is a shloka, very nice shloka. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. So Vishnu here, God, all pervading. Smarana Pada Sevanam, and even Smarana Pada Sevanam. And offering services. There it is like massaging his feet. So, some people do that. They have a small deity and they, as if they are serving, so they think that way and offer their services. Then Archanam Vandanam. Archana, like offering puja, and then Vandanam, his glorifying him. And Dasyam Sokhyam Atmanivedanam. So these are various. Dasya means as a servant. Sokhyam, as a friend. So these are the relationship with God. And ultimately it is self-surrender, total self-surrender. So this is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sokhyam, Atmanivedanam. So these are Navavidha Bhakti. So this way one can offer. Suppose somebody does not know, doesn't matter. Whatever we are doing, that must be offered to God, so that even say desire, God, this is the situation, what can I do? So you have to save me in this situation. And say Draupadi was being unrobed. That time she had no help. Then she called God and God helped him. So similarly, other examples are there. Like Graha. Graha is a crocodile. Caught an elephant, Airavat. So that time he called Bhagwan, Sri Lord. So, and he came. And there are some examples, like one king was cursed by a sage because of his misdeed. Anyway, it is because of his ajnana or arrogance, we can say. So he put a skin of a snake on a sage who was meditating. He was thirsty. He called the sage, but he was so deep in meditation that he did not hear. So king thought, Parikshit, that he thought that he was ignoring him, and it is a offense if you ignore government officials. Contempt of court, as So all the, so if you ignore even the court, it is punishable. Anyway, because of the influence of Kali, he put a skin of a snake around his neck. And his son came and he saw this way and he was angry. Who did it? And by that time, sage also was awake, and then I mean, a normal condition. And then he meditated and he could understand that what happened, that Parikshit came, and because he called the sage, but he did not answer. So because of that, it happened. Anyway, he was cursed that in 7 days, Takshaka will bite you and you'll die. So that Parikshit Maharaj, he attained salvation simply by hearing. So this is Sravana. And Shukadeva who explained Bhagavatam to Parikshit. And also he was a great devotee. So he attained salvation simply by chanting. Prahlad, another, say, mythological character, but he was a great devotee of God. His father did not admit God, but he was a great devotee. So Prahlad Maharaj attained salvation by remembering the Lord. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, as if you see, Vishnu is lying down on Karan Samudra, Kshir Sagar, and Lakshmi Devi is massaging God's feet. So by that, so Lakshmi Devi attained perfection by worshipping the Lord's lotus feet. Then Prithu Maharaj attained salvation by worshipping the deity of the Lord Akrur. And Lord Akrur attained salvation by offering prayers. Hanuman, a great devotee, by rendering service. Arjuna by establishing friendship with the Lord. And Bali, the great king, by offering everything to the service of the Lord. So all these were great devotees, and they accomplished what is the ultimate goal of life. So let us come back to the shloka, Yat Karoshi Yadashnashi. Whatever thou doest, whatever thou eatest, whatever thou offerest, tadasi yat tapasvasi. Now, whatever thou eatest, whatever thou offerest. Now, here this word is yat juhoshi. So, yajna. Now, there are two kinds of yajna. One is strauta karma, and that means it is from Shruti. Injunction comes from Shruti, the Vedas, and smarta karma. So, which comes from the Purana mythology. Now, this yajna is very important because in the third chapter, Bhagavan explained that it is just not sacrifice. Every day, whatever we do, either in the form of thought or action, all these are yajna. So, Bhagavan said, Saha yajna praja sishtva purovacha prajapati. Anena prasavasiddham esha vastishta kamadhu. That whatever you do in the beginning of creation, Prajapati, the creator, what he did, he made this karma. And he said that whatever, let me see. Yajna shishtasina santu muchante sarva kilvishahi bhunjate te togham papam ye pachantyatma karanat. So, the idea is whatever we receive from God or nature, we are to return something as our offering. See, it is like this. You earn money, you have to pay tax. If you don't pay tax, then government will catch you. And you will be barred from receiving social security. So, this is a natural relationship. Let me come to the place, then it will be easier for me. The development of that concept of yajna. So Bhagavan says, Yajnarthat karmanamanyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. What is that meaning? The world is bound by actions other than those performed for the sake of yajna. So whatever is done with the concept or with this attitude of yajna, offering, except those other karmas bind us. Other karmas bind us. So that is why one should offer their karma to the divine. Why it is say like it is Sahayagya Prajasishtva Purovacha Prajapati. He says, the Prajapati having in the beginning created mankind together with Yajna, said, by this shall ye multiply. This shall be the milking cow of your desires. So whatever, like you earn money, so you have to pay tax. And then by that, even all the public facilities are maintained, the social order is maintained. So this is, Bhagavan says, if you cherish the devas with this, and may those devas cherish you. So whatever it is like this, Devan Bhavayatanayana, when you are thinking of the divinities, that means the principles of life, then the principle of life also will thought about it, thought about you. So this is Parasparam Bhavayanta. This is a system by which we sustain ourselves. We take many things from the nature. It is our duty to contribute something to nature. So gradually it became concept of 5 yajna. What are those? Deva yajna, Rishi yajna, Pitri yajna, Nri yajna, and Pashu yajna. So we take from at least 5 sources. The one from divine natures, Deva yajna, Deva Dotanavan, whatever shines, the principles of nature. So we take from that, from this environment, say from air, from water, etc. So we are to not pollute, we are to sustain it, and whatever way we can do that is good. So Deva Yajna. Then come Rishi Yajna. We learn from our teachers. So naturally, service is the way by which we, it is not repaying, but serving them. Then comes Pitri Yajna. From parents we get this body and initial sustenance. So we are to offer services to them. Similarly, we receive lots of help from other human being. Like somebody made this house, so we are sitting pretty comfortable here. So we have to thought about them, thought the welfare of others, other human being, or wherever it's possible, we are to serve others. And the 5th is we also receive many help from the animals, say milk, somebody, even meat eaters. So they offer their whole body. So we are to sustain them also. We are to serve whenever it is possible. So this is, and later, after this, there is lots of thinking went on, like how even karma happens. That karma is also karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Karma has emanated from Brahman. And brahmaksharat samudbhavam. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajna pratishta. So everything is sustained in yajna, in the principle of offering. So everybody is offering. Even trees are offering fruits. So we are to offer the sustenance, support, manure, etc., etc. So anyway, and then Bhagwan in fourth chapter, Bhagwan said various kinds of yajnas. It's um, not only physical, but even mental and intellectual. Just I'll quote a few, but this is a great topic. I'll read quickly so that So some yogis perform offerings or yajna to devas alone, while others offer the self as sacrifice by the self. So self is offered as offering, yajna. Daivameva pare yajnam yoginah paryupasate brahmagnava pare yajnam yajnanaiva upajivati. Then Shrotradin Indriyanani. So we receive some impulses, some stimuli from the nature to our through ears and also eyes, etc. So what they do, the controlling of that is also a kind of yajna. And whatever impulses that we offer, Shabdadin Vishayananya. So those impulses are offered to our ears. So that is also a yajna. Sarvani Indriya Karmani Prana Karmani Chapare. Atma Sanyam Yogagno Juhati Jnana Dipiti. Some again offer all the actions of senses and the functions of the vital energy as yajna. So whatever we receive, in short, that is the, and then Bhagavan says, Drabya yajnas tapo yajna. Others again offer wealth, austerity, and yoga as yajna, while still others offer of self-restraint and rigid vows, offer study of the scriptures and knowledge. So these are various kinds of yajna that he enumerated. Even apani juhati is like the breathing of breathing force that is being offered. That is also then prana, panu, like all kinds of yajna. Sarve, all these are, and Bhagavan lastly said, all of these are knowers of yajna, having their sins consumed by yajna and eating of the nectar. So after performing yajna, whatever is remnant, whatever remains, that is to be accepted. Then only we are not touched by this world and the ill effect of this world. So anyway, this is a big chapter, so I'm skipping that. And lastly, he said, Sarvam karmaklam parthya jnane paripsamapyate. All the work ends in knowledge. So let us come back to the original shloka here. Yat karoshi, yad ashnashi, yat juhoshi. So whatever we offer, in whatever way, that is to be offered to God. Yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasvasi konteya tat kurushva. That is to be done. Tat kurushva. Mat arpanam. Only offer that to me. How? With devotion. Not like just mechanically. Why it is to be done? There is the question. If we don't do, then we'll be caught up. Either by good karma or bad karma. If we accrue good karma, then we are bound with good results. And if we do something wrong, then will be bound by bad karma, bad effect. So the best way is all are to be offered to God. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. As we say Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. So Shubha Shubha Falairevam Moksha se Karma Bandhane Sannyase Yoga Yukta Atma Vimukto Maam Upeshyasi. When we offer our actions to God, then what happens? We are free from all effects, good, bad, or indifferent. And that way, so though in the beginning there is sakama karma, we are asking a favor from God, but gradually that will go to nishkama karma. Then, because we are not attached with the fruits thereof, naturally our action will be nishkama and it will be out of love. You know, Swamiji, when he came here, he said it's a bargaining, as if shopkeeping. There should not be shopkeeping in devotion. We should not bargain with God. But that would come gradually. So we have to practice this. And actually, when I was talking to a devotee, and he started offering his breakfast before they eat breakfast. And the devotee said that he's very happy now. So Shubha Shubha Falairevam Moksha se Karma Bandhane Sannyasa Yoga Yuktarma. Let me read the translation first. Thus shalt thou be freed from the bondage of actions, bearing good and evil results, with the heart steadfast in the yoga of renunciation. And liberated thou shalt come unto me. Now, there is a question. Why do we work? If you ask this question, you'll get lots of answers. Somebody will say, we earn money. It is to earn money, otherwise who will feed me? That's good. But that's not the end. Ultimately, when we go deeper, we'll understand that we do work. It is for cleansing of our heart, chitta shuddhi. It is cleansing of our heart. Say, suppose there is a work, if you don't do, what will happen? All the time it will remind you, oh, you have not done this. Oh, you have not done this. Oh, you have not done this. So this is chittamala. We have one thing is ajnana, ignorance. Because of that, we do not know who we are. Then there is chittamala. So ajnana can go by knowledge alone and nothing else. If you don't know chemistry, or say suppose say how to cook, then by knowing it only you can overcome. So ajnana goes by knowledge. And then the chittamala, the dirt that we have accumulated, it will go by offering all our actions to God. That is why we work. See, without work we cannot remain for a moment. Sharir yatra api na prasiddhet akarman. So that is why we should do karma, not that we negate it, not that we avoid it. Rather, we are to offer that service and offer that to God. So yat karoshi, yadashnashi, yat juhosi, dadasi yat tapaswasi konteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Shubha shubha phalairevam. So one will get rid of all the effects of good, bad. Why good is good? No. What happens if you are habituated with some pleasure? When that goes away, that gives absence of that good thing. That's also a suffering. Like somebody is addicted, um, say drinking. If it is not there, he feels very bad about it. So absence is also suffering. That is why Shubha, whatever is good, that in general, it gives some pleasure for time being, but it is not ultimate. And it is also a chain. It is a golden chain. So why should we be chained? Why should we be slave of something? We are free being. And one should get rid of this, both golden and iron chains. Shubha Shubha Palairevam Moksha se Karma Bandhani. So work will bind, and whatever way we do, attitude is very important. Even if you are asking money from God, but it is for yajna dana tapah karma. Yajna, for the offering to others, dan, donation, or for some austerities. If that is the attitude, then it will not bind us or bind you. But if it is other than that, it is for me and my people, then it will bind. Now here one word has come, sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Now why it is sannyas? Because you are offering that to God. Samyak nyasa. It is offering to God, sacrificing. So thus shalt thou be freed from the bondages of actions, bearing good and evil results, with the heart steadfast in the yoga of renunciation. So that in a tena tyaktena bhunjitha magadha kasya siddhanam, and liberated thou shalt come unto me. So it is unification of the divine nature and the divinity that's within us. So now Bhagavan says, to such people I favor. So is it God is partial? That question comes. Then the next sloka Bhagavan clarifies that I am above that. What he says? Samoham sarva bhuteshu name deshyosti na priyaha. I am the same to all beings to me. There is none hateful or dear. But those who worship me with devotion are in me, and I too am in them. So it is our attitude, how we interact with him. If we are closer to him, he is closer to us. If we think about him, then he also thinks about us. So it is not that he is partial. Samaha aham. I am equal. I am same. Sarva bhuteshu, to all. Because he himself is manifesting as many. And then he clarifies, Name deshwasti na priya. Nobody is dearer to me, and I do not hate anyone. But ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. Those who worship me with devotion, they are in me and I am also in them. Because gradually the transformations transformation happens in that person. Now Bhagavan clarifies further. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhav. Apichet. Even if the person is wicked, apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhav. Worship me with devotion to none else. He should be regarded as good, for he has rightly resolved. We can see in the life of Girish Ghosh, Kalipada Ghosh. And then in all incarnations, some people are there who are not very good mannered or good people from ordinary point of view. But one thing they had, total surrender, total devotion to God. And by that, they came out. So Bhagavan says, if even a very wicked person worships me with devotion to none else, he should be regarded as good, for he has rightly resolved. Why? The now next Bhagavan says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. So because he becomes a good person in subsequent time, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. He becomes good. So righteous. Shashat chantim nigacchati. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. Know for certain, O Kaunteya, O Arjuna, that my devotee never gets destroyed. Never destroyed. Soon does he become righteous and attain eternal peace. O son of Kunti, boldly canst thou proclaim that my devotee is never destroyed. So you are to honor. That's why even a person, apparently he may not be good from our standards, but we are not to hate anyone because he or she may have that devotion in his or her heart. So we are to honor all. Now, time. Yeah. Or destroyed. Very good. Now, destroy here does not mean that like destruction we see, like disintegration. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashchanti nigacchati kaunteya prati name bhakta pranashyati. So the word is pranashyati, nash. If a person loses his character, his integrity, so we say, oh, he's gone. So he's destroyed. In that sense, it's not that he'll get, like everything will be burnt. No. His rather he'll get the strength to gather his resources and come to me. Why Bhagavan says Kshipram bhavati dharmatma? Because he is worshipping me with devotion, so he will get righteous. He'll be righteous gradually, and he'll become dharmatma. We can see in the example of Girish Chandra Ghosh. So he was drunkard, he was wayward, whatnot, everything. And he said, there is nothing that I have not done. And wherever I sit, 7 cubits of all sides are impure because of my presence. But what happened? He approached Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna accepted him because he was pained within. He was searching, he was prayerful within, but apparently he was very harsh. Sri Ramakrishna accepted that. And one day he went to Dakshineshwar and said, Tagore, I have drank. Sri Ramakrishna said, what of that? Drink whatever you want. But before that, you offer that to God, so mother. Before drinking, you offer to mother. And then you drink whatever you like. And then he used to offer that way. And then gradually, the drinking habit went off. So at the time of his, it was not a formal diksha, but Sri Ramakrishna accepted him as disciple. So he said, please tell me what to do. He said, okay, you do one thing, 108 times in the morning and 108 times do this japa. 108 times. So he said, I don't know when it is morning and when it is night. Because he was a dramatist, he used to go for enacting in drama, and then he would come back. So, and then sleep for, like up to 11, 12, and then eat. Say, okay, if you cannot do, at least do one thing. You offer your pranams 2 times, morning and evening. She said, morning, evening, I don't know. So you cannot do that also. Okay. So what you do, just remember me. So he was hesitant, if I give word to my guru, and if I don't obey, then it is not obeying guru. So that's an offense. So he did not want to give any word. At the same time, he said, he mentally thought, a simple thing, thinking of him, that also he cannot do. How can I say no? So he was in dual mind. So Sri Ramakrishna could understand. The idea was that he was a person who was not bound by anything, any promise, because he would break that. That was his nature. If he given word, he want to break that. Though no, he has no binding. He had no binding, or he would think that way. So Sri Ramakrishna said, okay, so what you do? Just give me your power of attorney. Just power of attorney, that whatever it's me, that I'll do. So he thought, very good, very nice. So I give you power of attorney. But what happened after that, whatever good or bad happened in his life, he thought, oh, I have given power of attorney. It is by his will that's happening. So his wife died, his son died, and he thought, okay, it is all his will. So he was totally surrendered. So the devotee of God is not destroyed. That means rather kshipram bhavati dharmatma. They become righteous very quickly when they offer everything to me. So that is the story, very nice story. And same thing, Kalipada Ghosh also. Kalipada Ghosh one day was going to Dakshineshwar with Sri Ramakrishna. So he indicated to the boatman, take me to midstream. So they took there. Said, Thakur, you have to give me word that at the time of my death, you have to take me to your abode. What are you asking? No, you have to give me. Otherwise, I'll sink the boat here. So ultimately, Sri Ramakrishna had to accept, and it happened at the time of his death. Oh, Thakur, you have come to take me. You are so gracious. So this is all kinds of, these are incidents that happened in the life of devotees. So these are great illustrations of such teachings. क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शस्यच्छन्ति निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानिहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. Okay, we'll take this one also. माम ही पार्थ व्यपाश्रित्य येपि सुपाप योनः स्त्रियो वैश्यस्तथा शूद्रोस्तेपि यान्ति पराम गतिम्. For taking refuge in me, they also, son of Pritha, that means Arjuna, who might be of inferior birth, like Vaishyas and even lower category of women, as well as the Paryas, Shudras, even they attain to the supreme goal. So it is not limited by any birth, caste, creed, or race. Rather, they also attain the highest. And then, kim punar brahmana punya bhaktya rajarshayas tatha anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvam. So second line is very important. So he says, then why not those who are born with good traits, they will not attain it. What need to mention holy Brahmanas and devoted Rajarshis? They will attain. Even the lower category will attain. So naturally, higher category also will attain me. So now he says very important thing. Anityam, asukham lokam. This world is anitya, not eternal, seeming. It is transitory. This world, see, like say 1 hour before, nobody was here, or few people were there. Now after 1 hour, everything will be all will go up. So this world is temporary. If you read gospel, in almost every page it is written. And this is our experience also. Anityam, asukham lokam. Here we think we'll get joy. Forget about it. Here no joy here. Sarvam dukkham vai vivekina. All are miseries in various disguises. So misery sometimes, when gain something, apparently it's very elating. But actually that is also a kind of dukkham. Dukkham, dukkham, sarvam dukkham, as Bhagavan Buddha says. So anityam asukham lokam, getting this world which is full of miseries and which is temporary. Don't expect anything from here. Then what to do? Bhajaswamam, worship me. Because I alone am nitya. I alone is the source of all joy and bliss. There is no other way. There is no other way. We are to worship God. Even trusted friend, they also, stab at the back. So this world is temporary. We should not expect anything from anyone. Anything from anyone. Here only we are to hold fast what the reality is, that is Nityam, and who is the source of bliss. And he is everywhere and he is within us. That we have to find out. And Bhagavan, lastly, that says, Manmana bhava mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi yuktevam atmanam mat parayana. Fill thy mind with me, be my devotee, sacrifice unto me, bow down to me, thus having made thy heart steadfast in me, taking me as the supreme goal, thou shalt come to me. We are to attain that what we are for, we are here for. So this only happens when we dedicate ourselves fully to God. The mind should be soaked in Him. Like Sri Ramakrishna said, mind should be like feverish, thinking of God. Feverish means like fever soaks us. Similarly, we should feel like we are soaked in God. Man mana bhava. Mad bhakta, be my devotee. Mad yaji. You that means offerer, and offering to me, Mad yaji. And Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru, offer Namaskar to me, Pranam to me, respect to me, obeisance to me. Mame Vaishyasi Yuktevam. And that way you'll be united with me. Mame Vaishyasi, attain me. Yuktevam Atmanam Matparayan. And when you are soaked in me, you attain me. So last is very nice. Anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhidaswama. There is no other way. This is the way. We are to attain that highest truth that is already within us. Atman, self. We cannot find it outside. If we search outside, it will give you pain. So this way we complete, but next week also we'll have a little discussion over it, and then we'll go. Then we'll compare chapter 7, 8, and 9, which are similar. What are the similarities? What are the differences? And it's wonderful, wonderful study. Okay. Any question? Any? Yes. Any? Japa means repetition of holy name.
Question is like, so we're all manifestations of God, and we're kind of created. We're created like in the image of God. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then it's kind of like the whole offering and devotion thing is that we're all created to be of service the same way we give service to us. And so we're giving love by God, so we must also give love back to God. Is that what you're kind of seeing?
You are to offer, but you don't expect anything from the other side. If you expect, the chances are there that expectation will be crushed or crushed. Okay. So that expectation will bring you misery. But if you don't expect, that will fulfill you. Expectation means like, okay, you are, say I'm expecting, say like, oh Swami, you this wonderful talk that you gave. So if I expect that, then it will be crushed. Okay. So any praise, any return, that should not be expected. You see, like in the beginning, no problem, you go ahead. This is finer points. Later, gradually, we have to refine ourselves. Then we not to expect. Gradually, you'll understand. Gradually, you'll learn. If you expect, and many times it will happen. You expect something, you don't get it, and you got a blow. Okay, so in course of time, that we understand that teaching. Why we should not expect. Okay, so we are not in world of business. There also it can be applied. Yes. See, this is my policy. Honesty is the best policy. Be honest, you'll get your share. But if you expect, then your company may crush. So this can be applied in business also. There is not a problem. But here we are not talking about business. We are talking about self-cultivation. Nishkama bhakti. The devotion to God without any motive. That we are talking about, right?
This is learning how not to be transactional, but how do we allow us to go out into the world to interact in that way?
This will be easier if you expect from anyone, then it will be difficult for you. But if you don't expect, rather it will be smooth. Okay, say it is like this. You're driving. If your tire is stuck somewhere, then you cannot drive. It should be smooth. It is touching the road, but it is not stuck somewhere. Then you can drive. But if it is stuck somewhere, then you cannot, you'll be stuck there. Right? So yeah, these practically, we can talk later because all are sitting. Okay. We say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamivavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. Let's sing. No, it's not. Here, take this. Let's stand.
No more car parked on the street. No wife and kids to go home and meet. There's nothing left that I can call mine. Now no more space and no more time. It's all God, God, God. As plain as the day. Only God, God, God. And this body is only God's clay. No more James Bond movies do I have to see. No more tunnels today. See, no more TV shows or movies to waste my time. No more tunnels to dig. No more mountains to climb. No more heroes to become now that I'm almost grown up. Only the light overflowing this aging flesh cup. It's all God, God, God. As plain as the day. Only God, God, God. And this body is only God's clay. Like a wheel within a wheel, I ask, who am I? Now and then there's an answer, and it's kind of like the sky. I watch my mind die, and then my heart flies. For a little while, feels like I can fly, but then more often than I'd like, I confess, illusions have me fooled and my mind's a mess. But all I have to do is just take a deep breath, and then I know why Jesus wept. And I can see why he must have laughed. That it's all God, 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 as plain as the day. Only God, 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 and this body is only God's clay. It's like a wheel within a wheel, I ask, who am I? Now and then there's an answer, and it's kind of like the infinite sky. Oh, I watch my mind die, and then my heart flies. For a little while, feels like I can fly. Then more often than I'd like, I confess, Maya has me fooled and I'm a mess. But all I have to do is just take that deep breath, and then I know why Ramakrishna wept. And then I can feel why he must have laughed. That it's all God, 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 as plain as the day. Only God, 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 and this body is only God's clay. Everybody, it's all God, 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 as plain as the day. Only God, 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 and this body is only God's clay. My body is only God's clay. Mind is only God's play. My heart is God's only way. This whole world is only Ma's play. This whole world is only Ma's play. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai Ma. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai Ma. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai Ma. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai Ma. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai. Om Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai.